Don't you dare, coming at you with a serious stare. I'm currently on welfare. Cornwall, let me be your slave. Promise you that I will behave. Take a chance on me. Be brave if prosperity is what you crave. Cornwall, let me get your vote. We're all on the same boat. If you want change, I'm your only hope. Don't elect me and that's all she wrote. Cornwall, may I be your mayor. Cornwall, let's focus on growth. As mayor, I'll pledge an oath to be honest and fair. Yeah, I can be both. Integrity is what we need most. Cornwall, we've been led astray. Bernadette Clement just ran away. Left our city for a high pay grade. I promise you that I'm here to stay. Glenn Grant broke the code of conduct. The current mayor broke the rules. City council didn't penalize him. City council playing us for fools. Negligence is no excuse. Really should have known the rules. Re-elect Glenn for mayoral abuse. Incompetence is what you'll choose. May I be your mayor? I'm the guy with the blue hair. Underestimate me. Don't you dare. Coming at you with a serious stare. Cornwall, I'm your best choice. I'm the man with the loudest voice. Choose me, we be on a new political frontier this year. Vote blue. I'm calling on you. Sleeves the moment, it's 2022. If you've had a problem with the Cornwall cops, stick it to the man, vote Jordan Pops. We love our city, gotta keep it clean. I don't just mean we gotta keep it green. Corruption is fought with accountability. A vote for me shows your sensibility. A vote for me is outside the norm. Vote me in if you want reform. A vote for me is a vote for you. Vote me in if you're blazing too. I ain't saying that I'll be your savior. I promise you, no unethical behavior. Spread the word, tell your neighbor. Flip the bird, pops for mayor. Non-voters, all my hopes are on you. Non-voters, I'm begging you. Non-voters, all my hopes are on you. Non-voters, I'm pleading with you. Cornwall, may I be your mayor.
Welfare. What up? Heartbeats. Dustin Ormdorf. Ken Jacobs. Welcome, welcome. The video is getting numbers. Old school thoughts. Digest. Hey, what up? You can have a little mod there, bud. What up, guys? Okay, so it's been a couple days since I streamed, I think. I've been doing a lot of like research and bullshit. Okay, there's a lot of bullshit involved in this mayoral campaign. Okay, first off, I want to apologize to everybody. I'd like to apologize to everybody for misspelling my my last name, my own last name in my campaign video. I'm surprised nobody noticed except for Gamble. I was watching Gamble earlier, and he decided to show the video on his stream, and he actually read the disclaimer that I had at the start, and right on the first fucking screen, I misspelt my last name. I put Post, P-O-A-S-T. So you'll notice in the YouTube version, I blurred that out. Whatever. I just didn't want to reload it. I didn't want to re-upload it because it's actually getting pretty good numbers as far as I'm concerned. We are now currently at 922 views. Hey, that's pretty good. Popping 150 views per day, not 10 views an hour, but that's okay. We're still there. It still is better than any of my other song videos right now. So yeah, I had I'll show you. I really need to that was 2 spelling mistakes I made in this video. Jordan Post. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible. So you'll notice that it blurred in the new version. And okay. So here's what I did yesterday, okay? Nessa, what up? Am I mayor yet? No, and I honestly I wouldn't expect it to actually happen, but I think my chances are slim instead of no chance in hell. Yeah, when I filed it for the mayoral nomination, I thought my chances were probably like no chance in hell. But I think I the way I see things going, I think I have a very slim chance now. If I learn how to spell my last name in my promotional materials, it would probably help. So yeah, that might help. But yeah. So I've been working towards making these campaign monologue videos. Oh, okay. There's a bunch of things. Well, I don't go to the reservation. There's historically a lot of smuggling in our area, and contraband cigarettes are part of that. Yeah, I mean they're cheap. This isn't mine. I mean, it's in my possession now, but I didn't buy this or anything. So. Thank you, Nesta. You as well. I'm gonna smoke some weed, guys, before we get into this. There's a few things here we gotta talk about. A bunch of things we gotta talk about here. So let me get my weed here. Okay. Nancy hooked me up with a bowl. I'm broke as fuck right now, so it's like, thank you, Nancy, for the smoke. Okay. First off, I got invited. I got invited on a dude's stream on Tuesday. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the channel. It's Edgy D. I don't know if you guys have heard of Edgy D. He's a streamer in Canada. He is very satirical, very satirical. I watch him actually. He's been very respectful when I'm in chat. When I'm in his chat, he's like, he puts my comments up sometimes and stuff. But I think he's funny, and I think I enjoy his streams. He does like he covers news topics, and he has guests on and that kind of thing. So on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I will be a guest on his show, and yeah, we're gonna talk about he has a few things he wants to talk about. We're gonna talk about the whole mayor stuff, and I'm honored to be invited to that. So I'll give you guys. I'll pin his channel here. He has two channels. He's got his regular channel, and then he's got his secondary one where he does it's called the Edge stream that he does. So I'll give you that one. Here we go. So I will be a guest on the Edge stream with Edgy D. Let's go Tuesday. September 20th, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be oh shit, I meant to whoops. Oh, I did it again. I can't fucking oh, touch the effect. No mental breakdown, but a lot of fucking work going on. And pretty hilarious. Bear. Subscribe to that channel, and I'll be on Tuesday at 9 p.m. He does a weekly Edge stream. He's a little on the right side of the political spectrum, and it should be interesting. I'm curious I'm curious to see how his viewers will respond to like somebody on welfare just running for mayor. You know, like a meth head running for mayor. I think I've watched his stream many times, and he contacted me to invite me on, and I was so honored. So we're gonna pin that. He has another channel too, if you guys want to check that out. It has more subs, but here's Edgy D's regular channel. He's got like 3,500 subs. Edgy D YouTube channel. But it's the other one, which is the Ed Stream channel that'll be a guest on Tuesday, 9 p.m. I will make a community post the day of. Yes, good call. Okay, so first off, again, I want to apologize to everybody because I misspelt my last name in the first scene of my campaign video. It's doing pretty well. We're almost at 1,000 views. Thank you to everybody who's checking that out. I think somebody even shared it on Reddit, which is cool. So yesterday I got lost. I got lost in a rabbit hole of like Cornwall stats. Like I checked out the budget for the last 4 years. I'm like, why? What's making the taxation go up? Like, why is this happening? And like, why is taxation even going up if our population isn't going up by very much? Like, what the fuck is going on here? What are other cities going up in their populations since the last census? Like all this fucking. Does Cornwall have a flag? I don't even fucking know. Crest, maybe? I think we have a crest. We're a sister city. We're a sister city to some city in the UK, but not Cornwall, UK. You'll move here if I'm the mayor. That's what I'm hoping, guys. I'm hoping my celebrity and my fame is going to just attract people to live here. That's it. Like, they must be pretty cool if their mayor fucking has blue hair. Oh. So, yeah, like this Edgy D guy, I'm completely honored. I don't know how I found him. I'm not sure if I followed him on Twitter or if he followed me on Twitter or what, but I used to catch his streams from like when he posted them on Twitter, just a link, and then I started subscribing to him, and then I was watching them for a while when the whole like Trudeau vaccination like thing was happening. There's a lot of political commentary on that, and yeah, I think he's a good guy. And I was just honored to like. Here's his channel. He does music and stuff too. Like he does like parody joke stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like here. I'll just play this for a second. I think this is the last music video that he did. But it's kind of funny. Like.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, up your wake.
That's not him.
This is your official cosign here on Edgy FM, coming in live on your ham radio. How's the rapture going? We heard the Boogaloo Boys are back in town, so I'm gonna kick it over to my Vanilla Bean brother, who you know gets down. You know he's doing his thing, edging that
that's Edgy D right there.
And that's a fact, Jack.
And that's... Anyway, go watch him. He invited me on his fucking show. I'm so stoked for it. I'm so stoked. That's Tuesday, bro. So that's gonna be fucking awesome. Okay. So what did I do yesterday? I finally set my Facebook account up. Not finally, but I set my Facebook account up to run political ads. Okay. So like I'm quite prolific in running advertising on Facebook with my MC Frosty stuff. Okay. I rarely actually talk about a political issue though. So my videos have been okay for advertising, except for one. I got rejected because they felt it handled a political issue. And that was Deputy Chief Shauna Spowert, why you ignoring my tags? That one was rejected because I didn't have ID at the time. I couldn't verify my ID. And by law in Canada, probably in the States too, now since Russia got involved or whatever, but to run political ads, you need to verify your identity and all this type of shit. So since I got my fucking ID, like in August or whatever, I've now been able to have the opportunity to run political ads, especially since I'm running for mayor. I think it's important that I'm able to run ads for my campaign. It's kind of like my whole marketing strategy here. Now, I'm going to tell you, it took me 2 or 3 hours yesterday to set that up because I couldn't figure it out, okay? And I'm pretty good with this shit, right? It's not just sending in your ID. Okay, I was stoned. Okay, and like when they said to send your ID, I didn't really read the shit, okay? So the first time I did it, I took a picture of, like, they have the whole thing up where you take a picture of your ID. So I took a picture of my ID, okay? And then it says like next or retake. So I pressed next, okay? And then it had the exact same thing, but I didn't read the instructions. I was like, oh, whoops, I must have pressed retake. So I take a picture of my ID again. So then it takes them like 20 minutes, half an hour. They get back to me. They're like, oh, we can't see the barcode on your ID. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. So I fucking do it again. I go and take a picture of it. And then I make sure to press next on it. Because I'm pretty sure like I didn't press retake right, but I press next again. And it does the same thing. I'm like, I'm damn sure I pressed next on here. Is this app buggy or something like that? And then so I take another picture and I do it at a different angle and I make sure it's all clear and everything. And then they send it back again. I'm like, we can't see your barcode. So I look at my ID and then I see that the barcode's on the back of it. So I'm like, oh, fuck, that second picture must be for the back of it. And I'm just not reading it. Alex, that's right, front and back. So I take another one and of the front and the back. But then they reject that one because the glare or something, because of the glare or something. So they're like, make sure it's on something with a dark background. I'm like, okay. So as soon as I do that, the app starts like actually like recognizing the fucking, like it starts like recognizing the fucking picture of it and then takes its own picture of it. I'm like trying to press it each time and then it turn around. And anyway, it took me an hour and 20 minutes just to get my ID in. Finally, it got in. I'm like, yes, let's fucking run an ad on my fucking, on my campaign video. Just a small one, just to see what the reach is like and all this shit. Thank God I didn't, because I misspelled my name on that fucking shit, okay? Yeah, I shouldn't be doing this shit high. I should have went with my original plan, guys. Don't get high for this campaign. But anyway, well, whatever. I'm learning and I'm paying attention, okay? So then I go to run an ad. Now, here's the thing with Facebook. You have multiple ad accounts. So I have like a personal ad account. I also have a specific business one for MC Frosty. But when I first started, I had a personal one. I was just running everything from my personal account. And then that got banned because of I Like Meth or something like that. I mean, I was running so many ads on it. And then like after like 6 months, they're like, that's not appropriate. And I was like, well, I told them, like, what are you talking about? I'm only marketing this to Breaking Bad fans. I like meth. I mean, it's a diss track. It's a joke. Like, anyways, but while I appealed it, I started up a business account for MC Frosty. And I just started running ads with that. I was like, okay, well, if you're not having my personal one, I'll just do it from my business one. So I started up a secondary account, started running fucking ads for my MC Frosty account. Because I didn't appeal right away. Because I was able to do it right away for my MC Frosty account. I was like, fuck it. And then I was like, so I waited a little bit of time when I appealed it. And I was like, look, you're letting me run it from this account. What's the problem? So anyway, plus the reasons I said. Anyway, but then I decided to stay with my business account because it lets you build up a credit so that you can run like $100 in ads and then only have to pay it at the end of the month or whatever. So which is kind of cool. With the personal one, you just pay for it right up front. The personal account is prepaid, and then the fucking business accounts are postpaid, which is pretty cool. And then they let your bill get higher. Like right now on my MC Frosty account, I can run $150 worth of ads before I get billed. But anyway, so I'm going to run this ad. I got politically approved yesterday, and then I'm like, okay, well, what account do I run it under? So I'm like, I'm just going to run it under my personal account. I'm not going to run it under MC Frosty. I'm just going to run it under my personal account. It's my name and whatever. So then they're like, I go to run it, and it fucking is like, you need all these authorizations. I'm like, it's not authorized. This ad account is not authorized and all this shit. And I'm like, okay. So I fucking go and start looking through all the instructions for that. And I'm like, well, okay, well, if I gotta go through this shit, I might as well create a specific business ad account for the campaign, which is better anyway. So I did that. And then I go through all the instructions. I'm like going to my business fucking manager, my ad manager, and I can't see the instructions. So what I had to do is I had to set up this disclaimer. You have to set up a disclaimer that along with it saying sponsored, it says paid by whoever. So whether it's my account or my first or my full name or whatever, it has to just let people know that it's a paid fucking political fucking ad, but and who's paying for it is what the goal of that is. So it took me another hour and a half just to figure all this shit out because all the instructions online weren't updated to the new Facebook page. Like within the last couple months, Facebook pages had like a change in how they're run and all the menus and everything. Like they got rid of the follow button. It's just they got rid of the like button for a page. Yeah, they got rid of the like button. It's just followers now, I believe, or the opposite of that. I think that's it. Yeah, follow. So anyway, all the instructions online weren't for this interface, basically. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then finally I figured that out. There had to be a disclaimer. They had to call me and do a verification. Like, there's no fucking way Glenn Grant is running fucking Facebook ads. There's no fucking way. And like, I know for a fact, Justin Towndale did not run Facebook ads. These are my competitors, just so people know. Hey, Courtney, what up? No, I haven't seen it yet. But we got a new publication today where I answered some questions, and so did the other guys. So that's going to be the second portion of the stream. I'm just talking about how annoying it was to set up the political fucking Facebook ads. But we're doing an analysis, guys, of their questions and their answers. I kept my mouth fucking shut on this and just put the minimum. I want them to play. Like, I want to know who I'm competing against, and like, fuck, I don't care that I only answered 3 out of 11 questions or 4 out of 11 questions. We'll get into that. And yeah, Courtney, I'm gonna be on the Ed stream. I'll be a guest on the Ed stream with Edgy D. I put his channel in as the pinned comment. And I'll be on that Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So he's a Canadian streamer. He does some political stuff, and he invited me yesterday, to go on his podcast, and it's gonna be fun because I'm actually a viewer of his. You know what I mean? Like I watch him when I can, and yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Spectre Dez, what up? MC no answer. Well, we'll get into that, dude. And I'm not upset about that. But one thing I am upset, guys, and I apologize again, is I misspelled my fucking name. I can't believe nobody noticed except for Gamble. Gamble's the only person who noticed. He was watching this on his stream, and he's like the only person apparently who reads the fucking disclaimer. Anyway, he's like, your last post? Jordan Post? So thank God it's only been out for fucking 4 days. I blurred it out now. I blurred my last name out, and I re-uploaded it to Facebook with the fucking. So anyway, that's hilarious. I can't even spell my own name. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway. Yeah. I didn't want to re-upload it on YouTube because it's like killing it. It's almost got 1,000 views. It's like it's gonna be my number one song of the year. Like, Earthball, what up? I want to thank everybody for their support. I hope everybody knows that. You know what I mean? This crazy idea. I still don't think I'm going to win, but we're like 5 weeks away from the election right now, so we're getting in. I've just been like planning out these videos. They got to be short and to the point. I want to ask your opinion. Mayor post is toast. Yeah. So anyway, I fixed that and re-uploaded because I did get approved to run political ads. Okay. And that was a big fucking pain in the ass. And like I was saying, there's no fucking way Glenn Grant is figuring that out himself. There's no way. It took me 3 hours to do it. But okay, I was stoned, but no. And Justin Towndale, like I was saying, on stream we checked his budget for his last election campaign, and he ran no advertising whatsoever. He ran zero advertising. He had signs, I believe, but he had but zero advertising. That means he did not run Facebook ads. And based on his social media presence, I don't think he intends to. I think he probably thinks he's got this in the bag, and he might very well have this in the bag. I didn't even know who I was up against. Like, Jesus Christ, if he loses to me, he should get out of politics for life. So, I also watched Alexandra Mayer's video that she made. I really like that as well. I know she made it like 3 weeks ago. I just wasn't really ready to like see what people are putting out about me yet. Really, unless I, like everything that's been put out about me, almost has been in my control. It's been answers that I've given and stuff like that. So I just didn't. I wasn't ready, but I watched it, fully approve, and she took some good clips, which would actually help people in Cornwall. So I may even run ads on that as well. So here, let's just take a look at my Facebook page. Okay, this is my Facebook campaign page right now. Okay, I had to go and delete all my shares. I didn't share it much, but I finally fixed. So I fixed my name. I re-uploaded it. It had 250 views. 250 views, and I did like no promotion of it. But I was in the middle of running an ad for it. It was still in review when Gamble pointed out that my name was misspelled. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, oh fuck. And so I had to go and cancel my ad. I had to go and fucking delete it, cancel all my shares so it doesn't look like I'm sharing nothing, and all this fucking shit. So, and then re-upload it, and then start a new ad. My budget is low, Zygest. I have to wait. This is what I'm waiting for to put money in. Okay, so, like I haven't asked for fundraising or anything. I haven't asked for political contributions or anything. So I'm probably going to have $300 to $400 of my own money to put in, which most of it I'll be putting it into Facebook ads, but I got to wait for my government checks to come in. Like my welfare comes in at the start of the month. I'll have a little bit of extra cash after I pay rent. And then I'm going to get like 300 in like quarterly tax rebates. So I'm putting it all back into the system. Troll up, what up? That's funny. So yeah, here's my page. Okay, so I just re-uploaded this. I pinned it. Okay, so here's today's article. It's a new article. My face is everywhere, bro. My face is everywhere. I posted today Alexandra Mayer's video, and then this is just the letter from the police chief violating my freedom of expression. Playlists, people wanting to hear, or the songs. Freeholder article. It's another news outlet. This might have been in print. I have a feeling it wasn't, but it might have been. So, yeah, Sarah the Beach. So I'm going to explain that. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to check out the article, okay? And then we're going to check out the competition. Okay? Get to know the mayoral candidates, Jordan Pops. So I kind of said this the other day that I didn't answer all the questions, okay? And I let you guys know what questions I didn't answer, but here we'll read everything that I answered, okay? Here's the link if anybody wants to check it out. So municipal elections are taking place in October as one of the main media outlets in the city of Cornwall. That's debatable. The Seeker is always eager to getting to know the candidates. The mayoral candidates have a special importance as they will get to lead council for the next 4 years. We ask them to give their position on the most pressing issues near and dear to you, our readers. Near and dear to you, our readers. Every candidate was sent 11 questions penned by our own Jason Setnick. Now, I said this the other night, I didn't think he actually asked the questions, okay? And if I'm going to be straight up, I'm disappointed in Jason, okay? He was in the band scene with me growing up, okay? He had a one-man act called The Nads, okay? The Nads. And it was, to most people's ears, just garbage, just complete garbage. He would get up there with I don't even know what kind of instrument, and he was just one man. You couldn't understand him really, but he was really into the scene. He was really cool. He made a compilation album every year called the Cornwall Underground. So he had my band on there, Biomass, and then one year my band Countless Hours. So he was cool like that. We got along. But it seems I don't know. I don't know what the deal with him is. I consider half these questions to be silly, to put it nicely. Andres Cazares, what up? I'm in a good mood tonight. Can felons vote in Cornwall? Yes, felons can vote in Canada, and incarcerated felons can also vote in Canada. They just can't run for office. There was a case which went to the Supreme Court, I believe, in sometime in 2000s, maybe 90s, and it disputed their constitutional right to vote. And yes, but they're not called felons. They're not called felons. We don't have felons. They're not felonies. They're indictable offenses, is what they're called in Canada. So felon is an American term, I think. Yeah, we don't actually have that many incarcerated people in our country, I don't think, compared to yours. So, yeah, maybe it would change if like. Yeah, misdemeanors. Sorry, that ice. What the? You can get felonies expunged and vote again, depending on the crime. So I didn't know that felons can't vote in your country. I knew incarcerated people can vote, or I thought. Yeah. So misdemeanors are called summary offenses in Canada. Yeah, but felons can't. Actually, felons can run for office as well. Felons are allowed to run for office. Yeah, there's no restriction against that. No restriction against having you're allowed to have a criminal record and still run for office in Canada. The more you know. Is it? Okay, so the questions. Oh yeah, Jason said. This is what he said. They can choose. Now he didn't even spell that right. Okay, I shouldn't be picking on anybody's. I shouldn't be picking on anybody's spelling here because I spelt my own last name wrong in my campaign video. But they can choose to answer as many as they want. Okay, as many as they want. So I chose to answer the minimum amount that they required. Okay? There's a few reasons why I did this, why I chose this. Okay, a couple reasons. First one, this media outlet hasn't given me a lickety spit of attention as MC Frosty in the last fucking 4 years. Nothing. Okay? Secondly, I felt his answers or his questions were biased, some of them, and also they were closed-ended. I don't answer fucking closed-ended questions if I'm trying to make an impression, okay? I would rather not answer you. Okay? Because sometimes it's better to keep your fucking mouth shut. Now, if you're in a fucking, okay, I also play chess. And like, this is the first questionnaire that any of the candidates have had, okay? So if this is a game, I would call this the first move. I would call this exact thing the first move. I wouldn't call the previous articles for, the first move, but this is something different. Yes, they're not felons, but yes, they're people with criminal records can vote. Yes. They can also vote while they are incarcerated. Okay, I don't know if they vote for I don't know if they vote for like where their residence is or where the jail is. I'm not sure, but yeah. And the Queen's Gambit. I didn't fucking see that. But vote for me. I'll tell you why later. No. Okay. So here, give us a brief biography. Tell the readers about yourself. Example, work, family, education experience. I've lived in Cornwall most of my life with a few years spent, basically what I told the other fucking thing, except this time I made sure to say MC motherfucking Frosty. Oh, I said MC Frosty last time, they just didn't print it. But anyway, I've lived in Cornwall most of my life with a few years spent in Ottawa and Montreal. I come from an employment background in sales and manufacturing, including leadership positions. I became self-employed in 2018, pursuing a livelihood with my artistic persona, MC Frosty, via the development of my entertainment label, Ruin Life Crew. Since 2018, my self-produced content has been streamed over 850,000 times. Hey, what the fuck's up? 850,000 times, including much locally influenced content where I've commented on and critiqued Cornwall subject matter. My anti-campaign? It's kind of all an anti-campaign, but no, maybe Cruel Device will go out and like fucking anti-campaign or something. That would be cool. Anyway, so if you were on council the previous term, so I wasn't on council, okay? If you were not on council this last term, please tell us why you are running and what you hope to accomplish. I didn't tell them that. Maybe I should have answered that one. Whatever. They don't exactly know why I'm running. Do you want me to lie? Do you want me to lie right off the bat? Do you want me to say, I'm running this? I'm running as a publicity stunt for my MC Frosty show on YouTube. Do you want me to say that, guys? No, you don't. Sometimes I'm not lying. I'm not coming out here lying. But they gave me the choice. I can answer 3 questions. Okay? I'm supposed to do exactly. They said I could answer 3. They wanted 3 minimum. Okay? Just lie and play along. No. You want to ask me to my face? That's a long fucking story, bro. That's a long fucking... Why am I running? Well, back in 2019, you see... Sorry, wait. Yeah. Back in 2019... Wait, was it 2019? No. Back in 2018, my sister punched me in the eyeball. And you see, I came into a... They only allowed 100 words for the answers, okay? They only allowed 100 words. That's a long story why I'm running. Too many. I'm the mystery man, guys. Okay. What about Endo 11? Haven't I learned yet from honesty fucking me over? No. No. Honesty is the best policy. Snick. I think sometimes like a well-worded response is a bit. Well. Let's see. Here's another thing. I already answered this question in the other news outlet. The other news outlet is way bigger than these guys. Maybe if these guys would have been covering my whole story for the last fucking 4 years, everybody would know why I'm running. You know what I'm saying? They chose to ignore me then. But guess what? I got my fucking picture in your fucking paper, though. I got that serious stare going out to everybody. That's all I give a shit about. They cut my blue hair out, motherfuckers. Whatever. Oh, Avid. I do want to make Cornwall better. I want to make everything that I'm involved with better. Okay, so here's question number 3. With rent skyrocketing, what can city council? Oh, so I had no answer here. With rent skyrocketing, what can city council in Cornwall do to prevent rent evictions like those at Cumberland Gardens that have impacted many in our community? I explained this the other night. What happened? Okay, what happened? You can say for whatever reason you want, but this is what happened. The company that owns this Cumberland Gardens sent out mass eviction notices under the legal clause that they're going to do renovations on the units. Okay, as I understand it, they paid everybody out as well, or they offered a payout, but a lot of people complained. Now the suspicion is that, and that's why this guy implied with rents skyrocketing. Okay, what can city council do to prevent rent evictions like those at Cumberland Gardens that have impacted many in our community? So he's implying that the company evicted all of these people in order to charge the new tenants higher rent, to get higher rent value out of their units. Now, I mentioned this the other night. I don't have a comment on that because, first of all, that's in a lease. That's a contract that each of these people have fucking been involved in. So what can city council do about getting involved in personal leases? And I've only heard of one example of this happening. Okay. Shit happens, bro. So anyway, I'm not answering I haven't heard both sides of the story, so I'm not going to fucking answer it. I don't know what the property management side of it is. Now, it's possible that those are all low income units. Now that sucks for those people. But I heard they got like a $4,000 to $6,000 payout as well as getting evicted. Again, that's hearsay. I could be wrong. Eminent domain, as in, I don't know what that is. Like squatters? Homeless people. Well, no, okay, so expected as what again, so with rents skyrocketing. So okay, if we go along with what he said, with rent skyrocketing, why are rents skyrocketing first? That's the real problem with this question, with rents skyrocketing. The real question should be, what can city council do to affect rents from skyrocketing? Essentially. Anyway, I could have answered it that way as well. I didn't there's many reasons why I didn't answer that. Basically, I don't know the whole story. Fuck it. No answer. There's too much as well for me to accomplish. I don't know. Anyway, in 2018, the city of council purchased the old Bank of Montreal building in our downtown for $450,000 as the future home of Cornwall's Art Center. In 2019, council heard a report that renovations would cost an additional $4 to $6 million. In addition to the fundraising already being done, will you support some public tax dollars going towards a Cornwall Art Center, or should the municipality pause any additional funding support? So, what up, Ken McDonald? We were just reviewing the article that I was in today. I was given 11 questions. I answered 1 so far. They said in the email they said I could answer a minimum of 3. Okay. So I kind of went with that. Anyway, I don't like closed-ended questions. So he gave me two options to answer here. Do I support public tax dollars going towards the Cornwall Arts Center? Or should the city stop putting money into it? I didn't answer that. If you're not giving me the answers to very fucking complex, right, Ken McDonald, politics are filled with complexities, right? And I'm not giving an answer to a question where you've only presented two out of likely possible many options. So I didn't answer it. All right. Number 5. Post-pandemic, what can council do to improve economic development for the city and support existing businesses? So I think the fact that he mentioned post-pandemic is fucking irrelevant, okay? So I answered it. I believe economic development in Cornwall relies on the creation of new industry in our area and growth of our population. As an example, with the commercialization and rapid growth of recreational cannabis sales outlets and use in the city, it could be viable for City Council to amend indoor smoking bylaws, originally based on tobacco smoking, to allow for cannabis clubs, venues, much like a bar that serves alcohol, and eventual cannabis tourism in the city. Get all that pot shit. So we got MC Frosty mentioned up here. Okay, we got weed. I'm promoting weed. Promoting MC Frosty and promoting weed. What are your thoughts on the Mcconnell Medical Clinic closure? Although healthcare is a provincial issue, that's why right there I'm like, I'm not answering this. As soon as he said, although healthcare is a provincial issue, is there anything council can do to attract more doctors and nurses into our city? I'm aware of some initiatives already being offered that aren't working too well, apparently. Okay, I didn't answer it. He asked a yes or no question. That's it. Wait, well, he asked one, what are my thoughts? And then he asked, is there anything that we can do? I'm like, no. My thoughts are our population isn't growing, so businesses are going to leave. That's the way I fucking, like, I don't know what I'm going to say there. Am I going to repeat the same answer for every question? Our city is shit. Is that what you want me to like? I was gonna just write the same answer for every question. Fuck the Cornwall police or something like that. You know what I mean? That was my original. I think what I did here is better than my original idea of what I was gonna do with these motherfuckers. Okay, who again? Let me just say, haven't covered me one bit in my life. Okay, and just to make things personal, one of the owners of the newspaper, she unfriended me on Facebook. Okay. We used to talk too. Okay. She unfriended me right after I made the song Rest in Peace, Shauna Lee's Teats, based on my sister getting a double mastectomy. She's cursed. So I wrote a celebration track for it. Anyway. Joe Shitley, what up? So I was gonna troll the fuck out of these guys. I was gonna troll the fuck out of them, and I was just gonna like put the same answer, like something like "fuck the Cornwall police." Shauna Spoward is violating my freedom of expression, and just something like that. But I didn't. Instead, I decided to do the minimum amount of work required. So I didn't answer that one. Now, this one, with climate change, while climate change is a global issue, what can the city do locally to keep our neighborhoods cool and protect natural resources like the St. Lawrence River? I've got no comment on climate change. All right, bud? I think if you ask me, climate change is part of a natural cycle that happens all the time. And we're experiencing a blip. Anyway, let's not get into that. So I didn't answer it. Here's one. I didn't answer that, sorry. Many city businesses are open on Sundays and many events happen on Sundays. Do you support Sunday service for Cornwall Transit? I didn't answer that. Right now, Cornwall Transit runs like a $1 million a year deficit. They run a deficit every single year, actually. What can we do to improve social services in Cornwall? Examples include, but are not limited to, Cornwall Transit, childcare spaces, or LTR spaces. I didn't answer that. Do you support keeping tax increases to a bare minimum? If yes, where would the savings come from? And would you support reducing some services? If you do not support keeping tax increases to a minimum, explain your reasoning why. I answered this. I believe tax increases should be kept to an absolute minimum. Growth of municipal budget expenses should be relative to the growth of the population of taxpayers. The ever ballooning, which is really only about 3 or 4% per year, but whatever. Cornwall Police Service budget is an example and could be replaced by the OPP for lower cost per citizen, higher quality policing. Unfortunately, our previous councils have failed to bring our population to surpass 50,000 residents. Heck, even our previously elected mayor, Bernadette Clement, left for a better career opportunity and more money. Council needs to spearhead effective actions to create opportunity designed to attract and retain residents. What? $30,000 increase for the same job. Yeah, that's our that's our CAO actually. I'll show you guys. We're gonna get into some budgeting and stuff. What up, White Tupac? Come by. I got donos for me. Cool. Maybe after. So well, I am not happy. I am not, the deeper I look into the city's numbers, I'm gonna point all this out. I did a whole fuckload of research tomorrow. I'm ready to start making little videos, guys. Here's a question. Oh, thank you, Preface. Here's a question for you guys. Should I do my videos in vertical mode or horizontal like this? Do you think? I think what I'm going to do, if I'm just talking, I'm going to do some of them like this, like with the camera and just talking or whatever. Maybe. Well, I have my gimbal, but and then if I have stuff where I need to show diagrams and bullet points and shit like that, I'll do the video like this. Or the thing Andres Cazares is that I'm gonna be marketing a lot of it on Facebook, and a lot of people will just have their phone. And if you get the horizontal one and you don't feel like rotating, then you might not be able to read the words and stuff necessarily. I mean, I guess people just have to rotate it, which is very easy, but that's an extra thing that they have to do, where it is actually cooler to just be like the full screen for some stuff, I think. I just started streaming, dude. You can come over here though if you want. Go be social. No. Is it still raining out? No. Anyway. So yeah. And then I also had how can candidates contact you? I don't want candidates to contact me, but I said anyone can contact me at this. And I put my Facebook. Okay. So now let's wait, let's check out the other guys. Let's check out the other guys. Now, I'm not sure, okay? I'm not sure about Inside Lou Martel. We're doing good. I got approved to run political Facebook ads. It was a fucking pain in the ass, okay? I got an article in the new newspaper article with I only answered 3 out of 11 questions. We're about to check Justin Towndale's answers right now. Okay, one of my competitors. I realized I did a spelling error of my first name in the music video, so I had to edit that a little bit and re-upload it to Facebook before I started running ads. So thank God Gamble caught that on his stream earlier. What up, Jimmy? Okay. Oh, and on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on the Edge stream with the Edgy D. It's a streamer that I watch once in a while. He's Canadian. He covers political stuff. So we're going to go in there, have a good time. He's going to interview me about the mayor stuff. His Edge stream link is pinned as the pinned comment. So here's Justin Towndale's. Okay, so by the way, he's updated his website a little bit. We checked it out the other day. He had nothing up. He's put his website up here. Okay. Oh, there you go, buddy. Platform. What's your platform, dude? Whoa. He's got lots. Holy moly. Housing, shelter, temporary housing, doctors, partnerships, property standards, fiscal responsibility, accessibility, lobbying higher governments, accountability and transparency, governance, police, parks, quality of life, green initiatives, going paperless, car sharing, bike sharing. Woo! Get it, boy. Get it. All right, so this is what he wrote. I don't know if he was taking a shot at me or not here, okay? But Jason Setnick from The Seeker asked all municipal candidates a set of 11 questions. My answers are in the link below. Please take a look, and if you have feedback or follow-up questions, please feel free to reach out to me at any time at blah, 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 blah. As a note, I was the only mayoral candidate to answer all the questions. Was he taking a shot at me? Was he taking a shot at MC Frosty? Now I read Glenn Grant's already, and he only didn't answer like 2 questions. Let's just say. But okay. Now, ultimately, shots fired. Ultimately, I didn't answer. Yeah, I can. Ultimately, I didn't answer all questions because I don't give a fuck about answering those questions in that fucking piece of shit newspaper. Okay, sorry to say, Seeker. Sorry to say, you only get a little bit of clout from me. All right, I ain't fucking. No. So, oh yeah, guys, but here we'll check that. Okay, so he's basically flexing. He's flexing that he answered all these stupid questions. Okay, now I told you guys the other night. I'm like, I want to see what idiot answers all of these questions. Okay? Because one specific question was, with climate change a global issue, how do we keep our neighborhoods here in Cornwall cool? Like that, and I was making fun of it the other night. Like what I said was like, do we pave the roads with liquid nitrogen, or do we set up like a big fan system or a giant air conditioner, or do we call in the chemtrails to keep it cloudy, or do we like there's all kinds of things, but how do we I don't know. Anyway, smoke some ice. Exactly. Film Jazz, what up? Plant more trees. I want to see whatever. But I answered 3 questions. I answered 3 questions plus the contact one. He answered all of them. Okay, let's see what Justin Towndale's about. Now, if I was playing chess, if this was a game of chess, okay, I would say I allowed him to have the first move. Okay? My 3 answers promoted MC Frosty, weed, and I took a shot at the Cornwall Police Service and Bernadette Clement. If you want, okay? Those were my 3 answers. Okay? I said the Cornwall police budget's too high. I would basically cut them. And I said, and replace them with the OPP. And I said that our population needs to grow, and we got to know how to keep people here, especially our old mayor who left for a higher job. A better job, better opportunity. When she was like, Justin Trudeau's like, hey, want to come be a senator? First female of color to be mayor? So she got like clout off of becoming the first female of color to be mayor. And then like she used that clout to like work her way up to a Senate position, which is like $200,000 a year or $174,000 a year or something like that. That's right, Film Jazz. That's right, Film Jazz. I'm trying to inspire these motherfuckers to like show them that I ain't like the rest of these people, and I don't care about any of this shit. What I do care is my political video shaking in my fucking Speedo and getting maced. I want them to see that. And I want them to, you know? Why are you running for mayor? Well, originally, I mean, there's too many, it's too long of a fucking story. I should just put KCW180167. That's what I should have put. Anyway. Let's get to know Justin Towndale. Look at that guy. Look at that stud. He's a fucking stud. All right. He's wearing a suit, guys, or something. Got a collared shirt on there. Do we need a side-by-side? Do we need a side-by-side of the fucking... Yeah, we do. Okay. This guy, we got this guy. Here's mayoral candidate number 1. Mayoral candidate number 2. Who would you vote for? Who would you vote for? For real, though. For real. If you had to base it on their picture, who would you vote for? Come on. Who looks more fun? Who looks like they were, like, I know he's trying to look serious there, but I look pretty fucking serious. I look ready for business there. He is sexy as fuck. Okay, I'll give him that. He might be sexier than me. I'll give him that. Okay. So again, I answered 3 fucking questions, okay? I answered the biography. I mentioned MC Frosty. I flexed my 850K fucking streams, okay? And I said, and oh, if you've heard of me, it's because I've been marketing myself to you about crying about Cornwall shit. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have told him why I was running. Maybe I should answer that one. No, I'm a mystery man. You figure it out. So all of mine were like, no answer, no answer. Oh, I answered that one. No answer, no answer, no answer, no answer, answer. Okay? Just to compare. Now this guy, you know, he took a lot of time probably building this website. Oh, look, he put a paragraph. He put a paragraph for each of his fucking things. Good for you, buddy. Way to go. Let's see. Now, just so everybody knows, all he's done now is given me information. Okay? I've given very little information to anybody unless they watch this fucking stream. Okay? Grunty Aussie. Doesn't look as good as me in a Speedo. Yeah, we'll be judged that. I got my Facebook political ads. I'm all approved to run political ads. And I'm just waiting for my ad to get approved. I started with $5 to just give it a test. So anyway, let's see how he's doing here. Please give us a brief biography about yourself. Okay. I'm 39 years old and was raised in Cornwall. I attended university in Toronto and worked at Queen's Park. That's our provincial parliament, provincial legislature or some shit, place, whatever. And worked at Queen's Park for about 5 years before moving back home. I am fortunate to be currently finishing my second term as one of your city councillors. Since moving home, I have invested in a couple of local businesses and have sat on a number of local boards, including a number of nonprofits. I am also an infantry officer with the SD&G Highlanders. I am proud to be a Cornwallite. I guess that's what we are. We're Cornwallites, guys. Not Cornwallians. We're Cornwallites. Just in case anybody wants to reference us as a people. Cornwallites. I wasn't sure on that. He's confirmed it. I don't know. I don't know what he owns. He owns I think actually a pretty nice restaurant or something like that. So I've heard. I haven't even looked. I don't even know. I don't know this guy. All I know is his city council stuff where he's popped up in the news. That's it. I have friends who know him. We're right around the same age. He's a year younger than me. We're right around the same age. I don't think I've ever met him. Me and Bernadette Clement drank one night together, dudes. Like a while back. We got shit faced at a bar one night, and I was like fucking lit on speed and shit too, and just talking her ear off. So but I don't know this guy. Okay. So this is new. I read this already, but corn chipians. I thought we were just all just children of the corn, you know. But, I'm corn pops. Okay, so should have boned her. If you were on council the previous term, tell us about your accomplishments during the past 4 years. If you were not on city council this last term, please tell us why you were running and what you hope to accomplish. They must at the newspaper, they must be like, why the fuck didn't Frosty answer that? Why the fuck didn't Jordan answer that question? If it was gonna, instead, I just talked about myself. Sorry. Fuck them all. Let's go. MZ Cornholios. I kind of look like I have makeup on right now. I just took a shower. What? I shaved. A little bit trimmed. Didn't even notice that, did you, Tetris Effect? What'd you say, bud? Okay. During the last term, I attempted to bring some progressive and positive change. A couple of examples. I put forward motions to reduce the size of council and to look at adopting a ward system. Both were deferred for public consultation. For the 2021 budget, I moved a motion to have both the summer playground program and arts in the park re-added. I think that was because the pandemic took them away or something, maybe? I don't know. I also put forward a motion to develop a remote work strategy prior to the pandemic and the rise of remote work. As well, I managed to get the ban on arcades rescinded. The tone of his text, I detect a larger ego than mine. I mean, I don't have much of an ego for real. I have to prop it up sometimes to be entertaining, but council is actually 11 people. So to say that you had specific, so he didn't really. So let's just review this. Tell us about your accomplishments, okay? Now, I didn't answer this question, okay? What were your accomplishments? He put forward motions which were both deferred, okay? You moved a motion. Wait, what does this mean? For the 2021 budget, I moved a motion, whatever that means, to have both the summer playground program and arts in the park re-added. So he's taken. Oh, I also put forward a motion to develop a remote work strategy prior to the pandemic and the rise of remote work. Haha, I have foresight. I've got foresight, guys. People should have already been working from home. Haha, I knew it. Haha. As well, I managed to get the ban on arcades rescinded. So he proposed a bunch of shit. And he got the ban on arcades rescinded. In 4 years. Touche. Yeah, I'm proud of your accomplishments. Not reduced taxes, not brought in anything awesome that I could be like, holy shit, that must have been difficult to fucking accomplish. Holy shit. Did you mention your code of conduct violation? No, you didn't. Even though I agree with what you said, you violated the fucking rules, bro. Broke the code, you rebel. Justin, you rebel. So, is it good to be bragging about shit that doesn't fucking matter? This is the best thing you could say. This is the best thing you could say that you did in the last 4 years. Oh, we approved the motion to get everybody vaccinated. Oh, we approved that motion. Yeah. I don't even know if that was true, but if that Okay. We're getting to know Justin Towndale. I say none of that matters a fuck. None of this matters a fuck. Okay? This is all reasons why you should not reelect this guy. Or why you should not vote for this guy. If you're flexing that you're like, as well, I managed to get the, like, you could have left out the banner. Like, who the fuck no. Well, now we can get the gamesters back into town running some fucking Ms. Pac-Man. They're allowed to come on back into town. We got some pinball wizards going on here. Shit. So, I mean, like, okay. If a huge arcade showed up and it was like a fucking economic fucking, everybody's like, Dave and Buster's or some shit. I don't fucking know. And it was like an awesome thing because of him getting the ban rescinded, then fine. But nobody's done shit. Nobody's done jack shit. People play video games at home now, dude. Yeah, I can. Arcades are the future, man. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they're making a comeback. Social gaming, virtual reality, social gaming. Maybe you're right. Okay, so I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Sure. Okay. So let's see what he says about this. With rents skyrocketing, what can City Council in Cornwall do to prevent rent evictions like those at Cumberland Gardens that have impacted many in our community? Remember, he's bragging about answering all his questions, right? That's what he flexed over here, right? Like as a side note, like, you know, that's like, by the way, guys, by the way, I was the only mayoral candidate to answer all the questions. Vote for me. I can answer questions. Yeah, okay. So he got the arcade rescinded. Great answer, bro. Arcade ban. Okay. With rents skyrocketing, you should see how many things this guy got fucking rejected, though, I'm pretty sure, just so you know. With rents skyrocketing, what can City Council in Cornwall do to prevent rent evictions like those at the Cumberland Gardens that have impacted many in our community? Yeah, he answered them all and he flexed for it. So let's see what his... Okay, his first fucking answer is pretty good, okay? He beat me on this, okay? All his degrees and his experience, municipal experience, and like... not doing meth and like army shit and whatever. Like, he's a commendable guy. He's a good guy. Except for the fact that you haven't done shit on your fucking terms. But okay, whatever. Okay. We need to lobby the province to make changes to the provincial legislation which currently allows rent evictions. We can also do this with other municipalities. Aside from this, the city can directly contact property owners who are looking to pursue this route and attempt to convince them not to go down this route. We also need to focus on housing supports like a shelter and more social housing. These are both priorities for me. Okay. So Cornwall has a population of 50,000. And this is the only renoviction I've heard of. So it's like people get all up in a huffy and whatever when one bad thing happens. Like, the problem isn't the renoviction. The problem is the inflation, which is causing rents to skyrocket. Okay, but you want to go with that. So you're going to lobby the province to change provincial legislation, which allows landlords to evict people when they choose to upgrade the living establishment. That's like Well, you might as well tell landlords they can't even sell their building either. They have to keep their buildings forever too, because people might get evicted during the sale of the building or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that question, I think it looks bad to property owners, to like landlords, to like rental unit owners. They don't want to hear that shit. These are the motherfuckers paying the taxes too. The renters, like I mean local taxes. The renters, you don't pay for property tax, water taxes. I think that's all that goes to the city. There might be some other stuff. They don't pay for that. That's incorporated into their rent. Don't pay it directly, right? Now, why would the rents be going up? Could rents be going up as a result of taxation going up in the city? We will look into that later. Taxation and these things are a result of city administration that city council approves. Just so you know, this guy bragged about being on council, finishing his second term. Okay. So just so you know, that's since 2014. Okay. Keep that in mind, guys, that what this guy's bragging about. Okay. Because I'm going to show you part 3 of this stream. We're going to do some number crunching, and it's very interesting. It's and I found something sus, very sus. Okay. I'm going to show you guys. I need some more to drink here. Okay. As far as I know, part of the Landlord Tenant Act, okay, you have to give someone like definitely proper notice to evict them, okay? But if you're on a lease, if you're on a lease with someone, you can't just kick them out. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I don't know, whatever, you know, maybe if they've been living there for a certain amount of time or whatever it is. I'm not that familiar with it. I've never been evicted or whatever. So it's like, but there are reasons why landlords can evict a tenant and give them the minimum amount of notice. Okay. For instance, and again, some landlords use these tactics just to evict people so that they can up the rent and charge that to a new tenant. Okay. This happens. So for instance, one is, if you're going to move into that, if you can evict people, if you, the landlord, are going to move into that unit, and then that becomes your primary residence, you're allowed to evict people for that purpose. You're allowed to evict someone if an immediate family member is going to be the next tenant of that place. So you're allowed to kick a tenant out and have your family member take that over as just something that you're allowed to do. Other reasons, if you're doing renovations. If the place is being sold, if you're selling the building, you know what I mean? That person doesn't have the obligation to rent any of the units out if they buy it. So what this guy is saying is we need to lobby the province to make changes to the provincial legislation which currently allows rent-evictions. And I don't even think rent-eviction is even a word. Is this a word? Oh, by the way, the other night, I apologize to whoever said the other night, I think it was Glenn Grant or something. They said anti-establishmentarianism, and I said that it wasn't a word. And I think it is actually a word. And I apologize because I said disestablishmentarianism was like the longest word, but it's actually anti-disestablishmentarianism, and both anti-establishmentarianism and establishmentarianism are both words as well. So I apologize whoever I argued with the other night. I was rewatching the stream and I was like, fuck. I was pretty confident about that. But anyway. So when you promise to lobby, a higher form of government, okay, you're basically that's bullshit. That you're not making a promise of what you're going to do. What, you're going to personally lobby it? No. You're gonna spend money from the city to hire lobbyists or whatever the fuck you got to do. And he wants to do a little coalition with other municipalities. That's his idea. He wants to change provincial law. That's not your fucking job, bro. It's not your job. Make a bylaw, maybe. There you go. But that's hard to overcome when there's provincial legislation on top of it. But anyway. Oh. This council had an idea to start up like a rental registry or something like that. I forget exactly. I'd have to look into it, but just super sweaty. Okay. So let's take a look at his next answer. In 2018, the City of Council purchased the old Bank of Montreal building in our downtown for $450,000 as a future home of Cornwall's Art Center. In 2019, Council heard a report that renovations would cost an additional $4 to $6 million. In addition to the fundraising already being done, will you support some public tax dollars going towards a Cornwall Art Center? Or should the municipality pause any additional financial support? I do support tax dollars supporting the Art Center. We also need to bring the other two levels of government to the table as well. I do not believe that we can pursue this project without their help. The Art Center will be a positive addition to the community and put us on par with our peers like Brockville and Belleville. Let's keep those in mind, okay? As a city, we need places like this or we cannot move forward and grow. I agree with the Art Center. That's cool. That was a good response. Sure. Get more funding from the other fucking governments. Sure. Whatever you got to do. I didn't answer that. But now he's saying shit that people can hold him to now. You know what I mean? Let's just say I don't get elected. Okay. Me not answering these questions is not a bad thing. People can't be like, oh, well, you said when you were running for mayor that you believe this. No, I choose to remain silent. 4 to 6 million sounds excessive. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude. I don't know what's going on. More RVs. Grunty, I always thought councils only had power over services to the city, not legislation of rentals and stuff. Well, city council, yeah, like we have bylaws, so we can do different bylaws for whatever. But here we have the Landlord Tenant Act, which is governed by our provincial legislation or something like that, and that's where all those rules come from. So it's difficult to make a bylaw that overrides something that a provincial law allows. Yeah. So, whatever. Post-pandemic, what can council do to improve economic development for the city and support existing businesses? I answered that when I said pot. Not sure why it doesn't give his last word here, but we need to take a serious look at the red tape which is causing issues. So, oh, by the way, just to say, his idea up here was, so he decided to go outside of the question. Well, actually, he mentioned public tax dollars, but whatever. Increase the salary of the mayor. They just had increases, so no. I would actually lower the salary of the mayor. How about that? How about I go in there and just be like, no, we all need pay cuts. We're all getting paid too much, guys. If I can live off welfare, this doesn't sound that hard being mayor. If I can live off welfare, then you know, you guys should make a little, like, whatever, you know? $55,000 a year for me, it's too much. Because what these people do, what these normal people do, is they like raise their quality of life based on their income, you know? or they like put their money in a bank account or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, just these practices that just don't like, you don't get the most out of life that way. They all buy houses and, and then they got to work to pay off their mortgage after. Just rent. Just rent. You don't need to own anything and you'll be happy, guys. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard that before? Vote for Jordan. Sorry. No, but we'll just walk. Just people can just walk here. But what I believe in terms of the inflation going on right now, it's very important for every level of government to do what they can to do some deflationary measures. You shouldn't just leave it on the Bank of Canada to like raise interest rates. This shit should trickle down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that has to do with anything. So we need to take a serious look at the red tape, which is causing issues. This involves the time it can take for permits and moving applications and forms online to the city website. We also need to be open to expanding funding and promotional programs across the city and not just in specific neighborhoods. I would like to work more closely with the Chamber of Commerce and neighborhood BIAs, business something, to discuss the actual needs of our businesses. I think it's the last word there. So really that's a non-answer, right? He didn't really, he said to move all the paperwork online. Open to expanding funding, so putting more money out, and promotional programs. What? 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 Economic development? Am I jealous of his answer? No, my answer was way better. I was like, we need new industry. We need to attract, create, innovate new industry in the city. I said, change the smoking bylaws, allow people to smoke weed, and you'll get more businesses here. And that's where it begins. Then the strip clubs come back, smoke weed with some fucking ass on your dick. You know what I'm saying? All right. What are your thoughts on the Mcconnell Medical Clinic closure? Although healthcare is a provincial issue, is there anything council can do to attract more doctors and nurses to our city? Like many residents, I'm currently without a family doctor. Oh, this is fucking scripted. Okay, this is a scripted answer right here. Just like this is like right off the hop. He's like, I know the important issues that people care about. It's fucking medical closures, and rents, and blah, blah, blah. Like he's been dealing with all this shit, right? So he's got okay. They didn't ask about your personal medical fucking situation, bro. Like many residents, I'm currently without a family doctor. My former doctor was reducing his patient load, and I was dropped as a patient. The closure of the Mcconnell Medical Clinic was a huge blow to our community. I recently put forward a motion to strike a task force to look at changing our medical scholarship program to capture more applicants and more doctors. This motion was defeated at council. I think it's long overdue to change the program criteria to attract specialists and foreign trained doctors to Cornwall. So he's like, well, I tried, but I failed. But I still think we should. exactly inside Louis Martel. Like, while climate change is a global issue, what can the city do locally to keep our neighborhoods cool? So, what can the city do to keep our neighborhoods cool and protect natural resources like the St. Lawrence River? The city does currently have a climate change plan and has declared a climate emergency. I've heard about that. There are a number of green initiatives that we can undertake as a city. We should be looking at electric vehicles for the city fleet, where applicable, and using the roofs of large buildings for solar panels. Both will reduce overall city costs while simultaneously reducing our carbon footprint. Wow. So his idea is electric vehicles, which I think is already in the plan, and solar panels. There you go. Sounds like the cabal runs Cornwall. We're gonna, honestly, if somebody knows how to look into the WEF motherfucking list and who's been on that shit, some of the names I'm going to put forth later, some of the city administrative people, specifically the city chief administrative officer. If anyone could just look and see if they're like involved in some wacky shit, I would appreciate that. Because I found some fucking sus shit yesterday. Okay, and we're gonna get into that. I got my throat. Give me a second. I got a drink. Okay, so one thing I just want to say: any normal voter, any normal voter would be choosing this guy over me for fucking guaranteed. Like anybody who's voted historically in Cornwall, if they took both me and Justin and our answers based on this, let's just take that as the criteria. They would be voting for Justin. We will review Glenn Grant's answers after as well. I just won't read every question every time. So, but there are more non-voters in Cornwall, just saying. Okay. Many businesses are open on Sundays and many events happen on Sundays. Do you support Sunday service for Cornwall Transit? Make burning great again is a good marketing plan. Bring back the burn barrel. Bro, I would want, like, it's just like, I don't want to use this word, but the administration in Cornwall needs a great reset. Like, these just needs a giant reset for like the whole administration. It's all obsolete. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing there. So, at least in terms of me so far, and like in terms of running, like they already fucked up to 4 times so far during my campaign or during my election. Scum TV, what up? Make sure to guys check out Edgy D's stream on the Edge stream with Edgy D. I put the link as the pinned post. He's invited me on for an interview for some chill, whatever. He's got. I like his show. I watch it actually when I can. He's on every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So he invited me. He's got 2 channels, but that's his Edge stream channel. So burning trash reduces landfill. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you should still be able to have like a wood bonfire in your backyard if it's big enough, Anyway, so does he support Sunday buses? We only run buses 6 days a week, and Saturdays is only once every hour. But yes, it is time for Sunday service transit. Got to keep this in mind. Keep in budget, okay? Transit, okay? There are a number of businesses, especially in the hospitality sector, which he is in, by the way. Okay? Which he is in. He said up here that he owns a couple businesses, that he invested in a couple businesses. One of them is a restaurant that I know of. Just saying. So there's one conflict of interest. Maybe. There are a number of businesses, especially in the hospitality sector, that rely on employees being able to work on Sunday. However, in speaking with business owners, it can be difficult to, there's a number of businesses, okay, whatever. It can be difficult to schedule staff when there is no bus service to help them to get to work. There is also a gap in service for our residents who use electric wheelchairs. Without accessible taxis or Sunday service, it becomes difficult to move about the city. So, equal opportunity, I guess, for people, if the people in the wheelchairs can't get their shit done on any of those, on the 6 other days of the week, because they can only get their shit done on Sunday. Let's run the taxpayers' money. Let's do it. If your boss won't give you a fucking taxi ticket to get to work on Sunday, you should not work there. That's a shitty place to work. Okay? If they're making you work on Sunday and you can't find a ride there, you can't get a carpool, and they won't pay for your fucking ride to get there, and you're too fucking lazy to walk, maybe you shouldn't work there. Grace Asher, what up? No, you can't burn anything. As far as I know, you can have like propane fireplaces or something, or like gas powered fireplaces out near the yard. That's it. Now, there are loopholes. You can kind of maybe get away with it, maybe, if you're cooking food. I think you might be able to. You could have a small fire to cook your food. I think. So what's marshmallows? Is that food or San Damon? What up? Yeah, Courtney Knight's highly interested in the mayoral campaign here. Always have some wieners on hand. Exactly. One in each hand. Okay, so at least he's giving answers, right? I only answered 3 of these questions, guys, and he's answering them all, and he flexed on it. What can we do to improve social services in Cornwall? Examples are include, but not limited to Cornwall Transit, childcare spaces, or LTR. Right now, there is a need for social housing in the city. We need to look at increasing this stock. While we are building spaces ourselves, we can also look at willing private sector partners to assist. We will need some assistance in this area from the province as we are the service provider funded by the province. Whatever. I don't even know about any of that shit. Right? I don't know about it. I guess I could have commented on the police, but I already got a shout out at the police on that. I'm going to replace them. I got a shot at Bernadette Clement. And I promoted me in my answers. Let me see Frosty. Do you support keeping tax increases to a bare minimum? Now let's keep this particularly in mind, okay? If yes, where would the savings come from? And would you support reducing some services if you do not support keeping tax increases to a minimum? Explain your reasoning why. I support reasonable tax increases. Oh, do you? He's been on council for 8 years, guys. Okay, just so you know, keep that in mind. I support reasonable tax increases. I do not believe that 0% is achievable or realistic. I think we can reduce them, bud, but not down to 0%. But maybe. Anyway. Despite this, I also believe that the city needs to budget accordingly. We cannot increase spending every year and expect the residential sector to absorb the majority of the increase. Some projects have to be put off or spread out over a number of years to achieve this. I also believe that it is incumbent on council to undertake a detailed budget process and not simply rubber stamp what is presented to us. Oh, is that really what's going on? Oh, I think it is. Doesn't support tax increases. Okay. Or sorry, supports reasonable tax increases. Okay, fine. So Glenn Grant. So this is their webpage. So he's the mayor. This is our current mayor. Now here's an interesting thing. Here's something interesting, guys. Jimmy is nowhere to be found. James LaRue, the 4th candidate, probably has a worse chance than me. He's nowhere to be found on this list. Did he bow out? I don't think so. I don't think you can bow out. I think you had your chance before the shit was certified. That's it. I think. Anyway, he must not have answered the questions. All right. Oh, I'm up here too. Nice. Okay. His questions I don't really care about. Okay, so this guy's probably going to get the elderly vote, let's just say. Again, this guy was not elected mayor by the people. He was elected mayor by council when our previous mayor left to become a senator. All right, here's your biography. He literally didn't even write, he just wrote, born in Cornwall, married to Sylvia, retired from Domtar, our biggest polluter historically in our area. Stock preparation department, pipe fitter, mill safety coordinator, human resources coordinator, and maintenance supervisor. Education, CCVS, Humber College, and St. Lawrence College. Oh my God. Experience, city councilor, 13 years. City councilor. Currently mayor, 16 months. Well, that's kind of the way I feel it is inside Lou Martel. I'm definitely the underdog. By the way, we are waiting for my ad to be approved here. Still in review. That was an accomplishment, by the way, getting fucking set up for political ads. It was a pain in the ass. All right, Glenn, where you at, bud? See your whole picture here. Strapping young lad. Tell us about your accomplishments during the last 4 years if you were on council. It is difficult to measure individual accomplishments when all decisions are by majority vote. I agree with that. Shouldn't be taking credit for the whole council. However, as a city council working with administration, kissing the ass of the fucking... we were able to attract record investment in our industrial park and increased housing initiatives that resulted in increased population and new assessment dollars. City Council's strategic plan is the guide to our accomplishments. I have that on easy access here. Leading the community team that built the Benson Center is the one improvement moments in my years on council. Is the one improvement maybe important? Is the one improvement moments in my years on city council. So I walk by on my streams sometime the Benson Center. There's sometimes geese out there. I walked by the other day. Like arena, sporting area. It's pretty cool. Better than our city complex. Okay. What can you do to prevent rent evictions? Working with the legal clinic, we prevented residents from being forced out of their homes. However, we must lobby the provincial government to tighten up the language in the Landlord-Tenant Act to support tenants' rights. Oh. Okay. I guess it's a problem. Do you support tax dollars for the fucking Arts Center or not? I support the Arts Center. That's all I put. We all support the Arts Center. It's good. Post-pandemic, what can council do to improve economic development for the city and support existing businesses? If you look at the record investment in our city, economic development has been a major part of that investment. This has resulted in new jobs. And again, keep in mind here, new jobs, okay? Just keep that in mind. An increase in our population, which assisted our commercial sector with new customers. Economic development with city council support continues to move Cornwall forward. 13 years on council, well. That's 2009 or 2010, something like that. What are your thoughts on the Mcconnell Medical Clinic closure? It is unfortunate that the Mcconnell... right, like these guys could... If it was a big deal, these guys didn't stop it from closing before while they were on council, just saying. It is unfortunate that the Mcconnell Medical Clinic is closing. However, City Council has a very good medical recruitment program and a medical scholarship program. Both of these programs assist in attracting medical professionals into our community. No, they don't. The truth is, they don't. Let's just write Cornwall, Ontario, doctor shortage. Critical doctor shortage may have contributed to Cornwall clinic closure. So there's a critical doctor shortage. So how have your plans worked again if they've resulted in a critical doctor shortage? We have a very good medical recruitment program and medical scholarship program, which has resulted in a critical doctor shortage. While climate change is a global issue, what can the city do locally to keep our neighborhoods cool and protect our river? No answer. Many city businesses are open on Sundays, and many events happen on Sundays. Do you support Sunday service for Cornwall Transit? 1. It's got a 1 here. Cornwall Transit Manager reviews the transit needs on a regular basis, including Sunday service. If the analysis demonstrates a need for Sunday service, a report will be presented to City Council to debate and support the recommendation. It's like he copied and pasted that. Like, what a fucking answer. That's a non-answer. Anyway. No answer here. What can we do to improve social services? Do you support keeping tax increases to a bare minimum? Each year, city administration presents a budget that covers all the current services and requirements that make up an efficient city. Let's keep that in mind. City administration presents that budget. The budget also includes all the requirements in our asset management plan, which, by the way, Cornwall has about $60 million in a reserve fund. This ensures that all our infrastructure is up to date and working efficiently. City Council recognizes these requirements and arrive at a final budget that normally has a tax increase of 2 to 3%. I support our current budget processes. 2 to 3%, really? Maybe every year. Every year. Okay. Tongue-tied. Yeah, I only answered 3 questions. Anything change? I'm set up to run political ads on Facebook. I'm just waiting to run my first one, and then I'm going to start making some more content, obviously, and pushing it. I had to make sure it all works. I have an interview on Tuesday, September 20th on the Edge stream with Edgy D. The link is for his channel is in my pinned comment. And I'm looking forward to that because I watch his stream. And I got into another local newspaper today. I only answered 3 out of 11 questions, though. So I was just reviewing my competitors' answers. I basically promoted MC Frosty here when they asked me to tell them about themselves, Ruin Life Crew, and streamed over 850,000 times. And if you've heard of me, I've covered local content. No answer. Economic development revolves around the growth of the cannabis industry in Cornwall, particularly allowing indoor cannabis smoking. I think that'd be great. No answer. Tax increases to absolute minimum. For example, we need to cut something. It could be the Cornwall Police and have them replaced by the OPP for cheaper, high-quality policing. And I also said we need to grow our population. But, our previous mayor, Bernadette Clement, even she left for a better opportunity. Even she left. Heck. I even use the word heck in here. Heck. Their Instagram put a picture of me up. Well, hey guys. There's their Insta. We got something to say. I'm dying to read his answers, but the link doesn't work. I didn't put many, so don't worry about it. He looks like a freak. I think that's a good thing. Well, that's no. That's good feedback. I look like a freak of nature. He's a freak of nature. Maybe a better photo for the voting crowd. I'm not trying to get the voters. I'm trying to get the non-voters, bro. People aren't going to vote for me who are vote for these people, okay? So again, I more consider Justin Towndale to be the biggest competition. Like he's like like I said, I got a slim chance to win this thing, and I've kept him out. I've spoken highly enough about him, but he did say this as a note. I was the only mayoral candidate to answer all the questions. Like to answer all the stupid questions. Congrats. You flexing on that and are you shaming me? Are you shaming me for choosing? Not. That's called efficiency, bro. Called efficiency. Justin looks connected. He is not. He is not. This guy is like normal. He is fucking probably squeaky clean. Probably. Justin's stock on the rise. He has had 3 more followers on his Facebook page. He's up to 784 now. Okay. So yesterday, I spent most of my day looking into budget of the city. Okay. Because the first video I'm gonna have is actually gonna be a serious one, guys. The first monologue video that I do, it's actually gonna be serious, and I'm just gonna lay the facts down, the stats and the facts. Okay. Now, while I was reviewing this, I just came across something extremely sus to me. But so Glenn Grant there, he didn't even say whether he supports. He supports what the administration puts forth. That's what he basically said. Okay. So how do I get into this? Let's start here. Population centers in Ontario. Okay. So this column is for the population in 2016, and this is the latest one, 2021 from our census. Okay. So let's go down to Cornwall down here. We have grown 1,172 people population-wise in 5 years. Okay. 2.5% increase in 5 years. Okay. So Justin just said that he's okay with the taxation rate going up 2 to 3% every year. I think that's what he said. That's pretty much what he said. Who's paying those taxes? Okay. Why are rents skyrocketing? Okay, I'll tell you who's paying those taxes. Homeowners, residential homeowners, business building owners, commercial building owners, and landlords. Those are the people, property owners. They're the ones who pay. They pay property tax, they pay water tax, and then I don't know, there's probably some other shit that they got to pay. I don't know. I'm not a homeowner. Okay. This gets crazy. Okay, guys? Just for reference, let's look back at 2011. See, it's nice that this election is like a 1 year after the last census, because this information would have been like 2 years old in 2018 election. In the 2014 election, the last census was 2011. So it's hard to tell where all the growth is. But this election, I've got the stats, bro. And I love math. I like math, but I love math. And statistics. If you've ever read the book How to Lie with Statistics, which I haven't even read the whole thing, but I think you get the hint. I think you get the idea of how arguments can be made just based on how you present statistics. And different arguments can be made based on the same statistics. It's quite incredible. And it's often used to manipulate the public in various ways. I don't know if you ever heard of all this COVID shit that just happened, but that was a really big exploitation of statistical information in some type of agenda to further some specific type of agenda. I don't know what it is, but anyway. Cornwall, Ontario, population 2011. Here we go. Okay, just to show you. 46,340 in 2011, okay? And that's up 400 people since 2006, okay? So that's a 0.8% change there, okay? Oops. Where's the fucking census? Oh, there. Wait, where the fuck was my... Oh, here. Okay. So it didn't even change from 2011 to 2016. It didn't change. Okay. It actually went down a little bit. Okay. And now it's up 1,172 people. So that's 2.5%. Okay. So in 10 years, it's only gone up like 2%, 2.3% or something. Okay. Just saying. All right. So let's start there. So Glenn Grant was talking about more workers have been made here. More. What did you say, Glenny? What did you say, bud? Well, here he says, attract record investment to our industrial park and increased housing initiatives that resulted in increased population. Oh, really? Oh. If you look at the record investment in our city, economic development has been a major part of the investment. This has resulted in new jobs, an increase in our population. Oh, really? Really? I don't think a 2.5% increase is anything to fucking brag about. Okay. But fine. The Keys, what up? Now, let's take a look at some other cities here. Okay. Well, we got Woodstock. We got Woodstock just below us here. 14% increase in from 2011. They gained 6,000 people. Bowmanville, Newcastle, 6,000 people, 16%. They said Belleville gained 9%. They said Justin said Belleville and Brockville were comparable to us. Belleville gained 7,000 people. 6,000 people in a bit. Brockville? Well, they only gained 1,000, but they're half our size. So they gave 400. Okay. So again, that's like 0.6% per year growth. Okay. From 2016. So why are rents skyrocketing? I wonder. Yeah, 2016 and 2021. All right, where do we start here? Let's go to the 2017 budget. Okay, both of these other mayoral candidates were on council at this time. Glenn Grant's been on for 13 years, he says now. And Justin is coming to his second term of being on council. Who approve everything, the budget. He just said it. Glenn Grant just said they approve the budget. So here we have revenue for the city. Okay, now they get this in various forms, but they put it nicely here under taxation. Okay, taxation. Whatever that is. Okay. I got licenses and fines and penalties, other government grants, but their biggest form of income is taxation. So, I'm going to have to write this down. $2016. That's when the last census was done. $67 million in taxes was what people of Cornwall were charged. Okay, just keep it very general here. $67.7 mil. Okay. 2017. $68 mil. Not bad. Not much of an increase, right? Let's go next year. 2018 budget. Okay. This is when the last election was. The last election was in October of 2018. Okay. So this money was already being spent based on the previous council. Okay. While we're doing this, though, actually, here we'll leave it. We'll leave it here. We'll leave it just like this for now. Okay. 2018. $72.6 million. No. Let's get a calculator. $72.6. Oops. 72.6 divided by 68. It's a 6.7% increase in tax. Okay? 6.8, actually. Okay. 2019. Oh, they dropped it a bit. They dropped it a bit in 2019. The new shit got elected. The new council got elected, and they dropped it. Good job, guys. Oops. $69 million. Okay. Check out 2020. Say what? 74 million? Wait a second. Wasn't there a pandemic that year? And the city was kind of shut down? What? Nobody could do anything in the city? But taxation went up. That's really interesting. That's really fucking interesting. Pandemic, but the city's on lockdown. But the city taxes more out of people? What? Excuse me? So let's just go over this one. So that's like 1.3 mil over that, but they went up 5 million in taxation, okay? And let's just keep it there. Let's go to 2020 then. 2021. What? What? 78 million? This is per year, guys. 78 million. Okay. Wait. Let's just double check that. So how much of an increase? I mean, that says 6 years. So let's just do it from 68 mil, okay? The census was taken in 2016, okay? So 2017 to 2021, 5 years. 5 years. 14%. Okay. So I guess that stays within the 2 to 3% that Justin was saying, 2 to 3% per year for 5 years, almost 14.7%. So it's almost 3% taxation increase per year. 14% tax increase when your population only grows by 2.5%, right? So who is absorbing that? Who is paying those taxes? Property owners, basically. Don't property owners control rent? Right? It's not all the renters who are paying these taxes. It's the... So do you think that maybe it's possible that these tax increases might be causing some sort of inflation amongst the people paying them and taking those increases and passing them on to whoever they make their money off of? You know? I don't know. But That's $10 million more in taxes than what we were paying in 2016 as a community. Now, here's a really fucked up thing. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. So let's take a look at some salaries of the administration that Glenn Grant was sucking the dick of in his answers. Let's take a look at some of these salaries. So we have every year the public sector workers who make over $100,000, their information is released publicly on their salaries, and they are put into what is called the Sunshine List as public sector workers who make over $100,000 per year. So 2021, Cornwall, Ontario. We've got our chief administrative officer making $228,000. And again, we looked at this the other day. Let's check. What was she making in 2017? She just got promoted to her job in 2016. I could have just went on her name. She's making $174,000 a year. She got promoted to this position in 2016. Okay. She used to be the general manager of finances and treasurer. Gets promoted to the chief administrative officer in 2016. 174,000. Okay. Boom, gets her pay grades up. Now she's at she hit 228 in 2020, and now she's at 224. Yeah, the Sunshine List. Sunshine List stats. Yeah. Okay. That's per year she's making. Okay. Now, that's just her. So this list also has other, other high-end workers. Okay. Now, just again, here's some. We were looking at financial stuff the other night. So here's our census. Here's our census from 2021 for Cornwall. Okay. And here's just the outlying areas, okay? The Tri-County, the United Counties area, Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry. So remember how I was saying that like amalgamating with the outlying areas will grow our population and start reclaiming some of the tax money that what I believe happens here is that people, business owners, rich people, buy their properties outside of the city in the rural where it's cheaper taxes and that kind of thing. But they make their money in the city. Whatever. Lots of people do that. Okay. So we have 47,845 people here. That's different than the other number, and there's 114,000 in the Tri-County area around us. I don't think that includes Cornwall. Does it include Cornwall? I don't know. Because we are actually in here. But anyway, I don't think it does. So we were looking at this the other night. The median income in Ontario, $41,200. Okay, that's like where there's an equal amount of people below and an equal amount of people above it. Okay, the average $55,000 though. Okay, so let's write that down. Resident Ontario median 41K. Average. What was that? Oh no. Sorry. Average is 55K. What about Flat We'll have Do Re Mi. Okay. Cornwall. Oh, whoops. The median total income is 35K. So it's not as bad as we thought the other day. We were comparing median and the average, but resident Cornwall. $35K. Average 41,280. $41K. Okay. So we're 14,000 below the provincial average of income, okay, in my city. But look outside the city, just outside the city. 46,000 is the average, okay? The median just outside the city, 39,000. So it's 10% higher in both situations. So there's more money outside of our city right now. Just saying. Glenn was bragging about the amount of workers increase. Yeah, okay. Number of total income recipients age 15 and over. 37,540. So our population grew by 2.5%, by 1,000 people. Here's the same question. Income statistics. Sorry. Total income recipients. 36,000. So what? It grew by 1,100 people as well. So, okay. So in those 5 years, we got 1,000 more people, 2.5% increase in workers. The city is taxed $10 million more than it was back then. Okay. That's a 14% increase in overall taxation. Okay. Supposedly there's a rent. This rent is skyrocketing. It's not supposed. Rent is skyrocketing. Okay. And there's people in city administration who are making more money per year than the average citizen of the city, who they've given themselves that raise, or city council has approved it. Okay. Here's a really fucking weird thing, though. This is when shit starts going bananas for me. So I'm gonna go get something, a little more to drink here. Look at this. Look at this stuff. Here's 20. So let's look back here. Let's just a second. 2020 and 2021, while there's a pandemic, okay, we charged our residents, or let's say they charged our residents, okay, so pre-pandemic, $69 million. After pandemic, taxation is $9 million more. So that looks like 14% since 2017, but it's really 13% in 2 years. That's 6.5% during a pandemic where we were locked down for most of that. Okay? Weird. While non-essential workers could not work. While I don't know how big of a problem this was, but the mandates, those who chose not to get vaccinated, lost their fucking jobs. And the city is charging people 13% more tax than pre-pandemic. Okay. So what happened in 2020? Here's August 2020. Millions in support funding coming to Cornwall and SD&G. Okay. City of Cornwall received $2 million. You guys just read this. I'll be right back. Wait, Tupac, what up? Okay. No, most of them were laid off. Ronnie. Okay. Give me a sec there. Wait, Tupac. I'm streaming here. Give me a sec. Okay. So just saying here, 2020, Cornwall got 2.6 mil, and there's 687,000. I'm just saying, while taxing, while getting bigger tax revenues. Now that might be like because there is more businesses operating here and they're paying more share of the taxes or whatever. I don't know, but it's just weird. Taxes have gone up that much. Okay. Specifically in this year. Okay. Let's look. Okay. Heartbeats. What up? Start back here in 2016. Okay. Let's look at the general government, which is these people. Okay. So these people making 224,000 and all these motherfuckers. Okay. So not the fire chief. They'd be under other stuff, but all the city of Cornwall manager, employee relations, these general managers, all of this. If you filter out the fire workers here, eventually you're going to end up with the wages, salaries, and benefits of the general government. So, okay. So this is for 2017. 4.4 million. Again, 2018. 4.4 million. Okay. Double checking. 2018. Yeah. Okay. 4.4 million. 2019, 4.7 million, a little bit of an increase, under 10%. 2020. Well, remember what happened here in 2020, right? Remember what happened here in 2020? Our city got $2.6 million from the government for COVID shit while increasing taxations. Okay? Just saying. Whoa! Whoa. General government salaries, wages, salaries, and benefits go up from 4.7 million to 6.3 million. When the previous 3 years, I mean, this woman was making, this woman was, 192, 205, 219. I guess she didn't get that much of an increase. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I gotta talk lower. Okay, so it's 1.6 million. It went up. The wages of the general government, 1.6 million. I'm not jealous, dude. I'm getting into a mayoral position, and I'm explaining why there's some fucked up shit going on. That's fucked up shit. I'm doing a financial review of the budget as a potential mayor. Okay, Flat Ronnie? This has nothing, this is not personal. 4.7 million. So the next year they paid 1.6 million out to themselves. Okay. Hot more. And then the next year, 2021, they went up to 6.9 million. So $2.2 million more, 1.6 million plus that 1.6 million again for the next year. So that's 3.2 million plus another 600,000. So it's $3.8 million they've paid out in additional salaries during a pandemic. Just that department. The other departments actually don't look that bad in comparison. No other department had that level of increase. Okay? Health and protection went up 3 million in 2021. That's it. And I can understand that because if the people were doing overtime because of the pandemic or whatever, I can understand that. While the city was given $2.6 million in grants. Now, they gave an extra $687,352 to support transit operations. Did you? Let's take a look. So here's transportation services right here. Okay. They ran a $4 million deficit in 2017. They ran a $2 million deficit in 2018. They ran a $3.6 million deficit in 2019. Okay. And they ran another $3.6 million deficit for transportation services in 2020 during a lockdown. Excuse me. So you'll notice the government grants went up a little bit, right? They get some every year, around 600K, 500, 600, 671. Oh, 1.6 million in government grants here. Oh. But you still ran the same kind of deficit. Interesting. Oh, there's 2 million in deficit. But the people running the jobs are making that much more money. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. And the people are getting taxed more, and the population is not growing significantly enough to support it. So why are rents skyrocketing? Probably because your property owners are getting the fuck taxed out of them. LD Live, what up? WTF OMG. I like math, but I like math, but I love math. Actually. And yes, I'm quite pretty good with analysis of data. I don't live in the attic. I live in a room in a house on the second floor. Welfare genius. There, compliment finally. So that's sus to me, guys. That's sus that they keep raising the taxes and they keep paying themselves more. And when they're already making like 5 times the average salary of a Cornwall resident. This is a little bit of a embellishment on the other night that I was talking. Now, I keep going on against the Cornwall police as well, right? I found some staggering statistics about that as well. It's very interesting. Just staggering. So here we've got incident-based crime statistics for Cornwall. So in 2016, we had 3,840 reports. Last year, 5,310. So crime has been going up in Cornwall. Less unfounded incidences. Well, let's just take 2017. Less unfounded incidences. More charges, though. 1294 back then in 2017, 1969. So, in my opinion, the cops aren't doing a very good job if the criminals aren't afraid to do crime. Maybe it's the justice system that's just letting them out. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't go right on the shoulders of the cops. Who would play me, Flat Ronnie? Who would they get for the starring role of fucking Cornwall Rain Man? Dope is legal, man. The alien from Mac and Me. So that's interesting, right? Now the Cornwall Police Services budget, it goes up about 2 to 4% per year. Now, if we take this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean by replacing the Cornwall Police with the OPP. So here's the OPP stats for that same area of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, which is the outlying area of Cornwall, okay? Which is the OPP polices, Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, okay? 114,000 people as opposed to 47,000 for Cornwall. So by the way, this is a 38%? So we'll take 2017, okay? 3903 versus 5310. It's a 36% increase in incidences where the police have been called. Okay. In the outlying area with the OPP, I mean, it's not as dense of a population, but Their crime goes down sometimes every year. 1686. Sorry, 1899 divided by 1686. 12% increase. How's the campaign video doing? It's doing good. I screwed up the spelling of my last name, so I had to blur it out just to like not be so embarrassed. You know, I had to re-release it on Facebook, but it's fixed. I think it's probably around 1,000 views right now. Let me just check it out. Yes, we're at 951. We're getting about 160 views per day right now. It's for 48 hours. That's good for me. 1,000 views in like 5 days. That's good. Oh, discount donut. So, like I said, guys, there's a few things. The main approach I'm going to be taking with a lot of this is out with the old, in with the new. You guys have had your chance. You haven't grown our population. You're taxing the fuck. Whatever's going on is causing more taxation. And now you're in a bind. Now you're in a bind where rents are going up, and maybe Cornwall isn't as attractive as it once was to move to. That used to be an advantage here, is the low cost of living. Apparently not. I mean, we're probably still cheaper than the rents in other cities, I would imagine. I don't know, maybe not. I should look into that, but that doesn't really matter. So they had reckless spending, unless I'm missing something, during the pandemic. But somehow the city is also pulling in a surplus each year, which is interesting as well. So if we take a look at these, okay, there's a surplus. So there was a $6 million surplus here. Okay, annual surplus or deficit. 6 million surplus this year, 9 million this year, 18 million this year or something. Say what? Oh, they lost 6 million this year. What was that? 2019. It's probably why they taxed everybody more. Another 18 million in surplus. I don't understand this. Wait, before other items. Okay, let's not count the other items. Okay, let's go back. Let's get back. Okay, so $3 million deficit this year, 244,000. That's probably a cash deficit. $6 million surplus there. $13 million loss this year. $4 million surplus. $6 million surplus. And if we take a look at our financial statements, somehow the city reserves have $63 million in them. They actually say the city's financial position continues to be strong. The city's financial position continues to be strong. However, the residents of the city, okay, are an average, or are the median income level is 6,000 lower than the provincial, and the average income here is $14,000 lower than the provincial. So 14 divided by 55, it's 25% less. 14% median. Oh, and another interesting thing. I was talking about how many like high income people there are here. So let's go back over here. Okay. So Cornwall has just under 1,500 people who make over $100,000 a year. Okay. The outlying areas, the rural areas, the tri-county around us, Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, with the lower crime, with the everything, 6,100 people who make over $100,000. After tax, 540 people in Cornwall make over $100,000 a year, and 2,500 people live outside the city who make over $100,000 a year. White Tupac. Okay, I'll wrap it up soon there, and White Tupac, and I'll head over. That's fine. Maybe I'll stream it. I'll stream the walk over or something. My phone's charging. Okay. So there's less crime out around the city. They have the OPP, which is responsible for a larger population. There's less crime. I don't know what their budget is. This is why I want them to take over the Cornwall Police Service. I want to amalgamate and absorb all the 100,000 if possible. I know it's not possible to take over the whole tri-county, but at least like 20,000 of those people, like in the outlying areas, should come to Cornwall. Should be Cornwall, the greater Cornwall area. Start bringing some money back into this town. I don't know. Clearly, the financial position isn't that bad if the financial reports say that, right? But I don't agree with the principle of not growing the city. Now, here's some other weird fucking things that I kind of found. Okay, so here's the strategic plan from 2016 to 2018. Okay, nowhere in here does it say anything about population growth. It's weird. Okay, this is before the last election. The last election was 2018, but 2016, okay, is when this woman, who's basically running the city, she's the chief administrative officer. She's the highest position within the municipal administration, the corporation of the city of Cornwall. Okay. She gets promoted in 2016. Okay. They make a new little fucking strategic plan. No mention of growth of population. The pillars: quality of life, economic and financial, environment, and governance and administration. They have a whole fucking section for governance and administration. Okay. Interesting. This seems to be where they developed the code of conduct or reviewed it. Just going to say. And review budget development process. Okay, that's fine. Continue support for police strategic plan. Whoops. Nothing. Development of Centertown. There's poverty reduction. Yeah, that's working. Economic development. Encourage labor force participation. Oh, here's another thing too, guys. For those concerned with juvenile delinquency, in Cornwall, we're at an all-time low last year of juvenile delinquents. Youth charged. And, yeah, youth charged. And also youth not charged. So, can't be that bad. So interesting, right? Interesting. Now, if we take a look at the 2000, oops, did I close that? Strategic plan. What? Oh, it's here. So here's our strategic plan for 2019 to 2022. And here's where it says economic development and pursuing of diverse population growth of 50,000. So that must have been Bernadette Clement who implemented that. So in 2019-ish, they're like, yo, let's get our population up to 50,000. Doesn't happen. They raised taxation. Taxation revenue comes $9 million more since that. And this whole administration is making fucking $2.2 million more per year as a whole than they were in. And maybe they just hired 20 more people at $100,000. I don't fucking know or think so. So love Jeff Rogan. What up, Mike Slobodian? Sunday's going good. I just wanted to come on and stream. Had to. I'm going to be on the Edge stream with Edgy D on Tuesday, September 20th. So we'll confirm that today, 9 p.m. Eastern. I think it's going to be a 2-hour stream. It's going to be fun. We'll be just chit-chatting and also talking about the mayoral stuff. I need to make some videos, but now I know where to go. Now I got some stuff to work with. I was in another newspaper article today. I only answered 3 out of 11 questions. That's just what I wanted to do. I don't really care about answering the questions that they have. And I just want my face to show up in another newspaper. But I did get answers from the competitors, which I don't agree with. But Jimmy James, what up? So the attitude I'm taking, like I said, is out with the old, in with the new. You guys have had your chance, okay? You're fucking whatever you guys are doing. There's $9 million more dollars being taxed since the last election. There's no growth in population. Very nominal as compared to the taxations. And the city government is being paid, like the general government is being paid over 50% more as a whole than what they were 3 years ago. That's crazy. Maybe they upped the staff. I don't know. But during a pandemic, they took a raise. Wow. Incredible. Right? That makes me pissed. I'm going to be honest. That makes me pissed. People are going to have to hear about it. Well, the biggest fucked up thing about a discount donut is that in 2020, Cornwall received. So this was a provincial grant, or in partnership with the federal government. Cornwall received $2.6 million and an additional $687,000. Okay, for whatever. This is supposed to be for COVID support or something, COVID relief, COVID-19 relief. Okay. This is 2020. Okay. Again, here's the 2019 budget. Okay. And here's the general government. Their wages, salaries, and benefits was $4.7 million before the pandemic. Jumped up to $6.3 million in 2020, the same year of that payment. Okay, it's a $1.6 million per year increase, and the next year they put it up to almost $7 million. That's fucking insane. That's $3.2 million total paid, more than 2019 during a pandemic when, they received $3.3 million. It went directly into the pockets of general government employees, is the way I see that. I mean, you can say how funds are used for whatever. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna walk over to White Tupac's. He's been asking me over, so I'm gonna go over there. I'll stream with my phone. So I'll just I'll just disconnect this one, and then we'll just walk over. What was your raise, Flat Ronnie? How much? 4%? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about myself. I like, you guys were very generous with me during the pandemic. I'm not complaining about myself here. Like, WTF OMG. I did receive $2,000, and I also put in about 40 to 60 hours of live streaming, and I honestly earned or grossed another $2,000 per month, which I put back into the show or some type of business expense that I could, you know what I mean, something to do with the MC Frosty gig. WTF OMG, I'm a political candidate. Okay, you gotta be careful with that kind of language. If I took that as a threat, okay, you gotta be careful, man, what you say to me, dude. Look what's going on. Okay, be careful with your fucking language there. This is self-employment. I choose not to get a job and be employed by someone else. This is called self-employment. Yeah, I'll stream it, White Pot. Wait to what about beats? Okay, guys, I'm gonna bounce and I'm gonna stream, and all right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been the MC Frosty Show, political review. I'll be back in a sec. Later.